Honorable Ratnasiri Wickramanayake, Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, and the chief guest at the launch of the Institute of Certified Management Accountants of Sri Lanka, which has been incorporated by an Act of Parliament number 23 of 2009. Honorable VJM Lokubandara, Speaker of Parliament, Honorable P. Radhakrishnan, Deputy Minister of Vocational Training, Honorable Naushad, Member of Parliament, the Chairperson of SLT Mobitel, Ms. Leisa De Silva Chandrasena, the Secretary of the Ministry of Trade, Commerce, Consumer Affairs and Marketing Development, Mr. Lalita De Silva, our visiting presidents, Mr. Kunal Banerjee, President of the Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India, Dr. Khawaja Amjad Said, past President of ICMA Pakistan, Mr. Said Islam, Vice President of the Institute of Management Accountants of Bangladesh, distinguished invitees, members of ICMA Sri Lanka, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Governing Council of the Institute of Certified Management Accountants of Sri Lanka, I have great pleasure in welcoming you to the launch of the Institute of Certified Management Accountants of Sri Lanka. History was created in the global accounting profession when Sri Lanka, after 50 years since the incorporation of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka in 1959, incorporated a new professional management accounting institute by an Act of Parliament and gave the official government recognition to our body. This is indeed a victory for national professional bodies which could now operate with dignity and respect in our own country. Let me also take this opportunity on behalf of Chartered and Management Accountants, accounting technicians, and the fraternity of professional accountants in the South Asian region to congratulate His Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa, the President of Sri Lanka, the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Speaker, for the great victory achieved in the liberation of Sri Lanka from terrorism and the LTTE, which existed for nearly 3 decades in our country. Our congratulations also to the 3 armed services and the police for a professional job executed meticulously with strategy, tactics and skill, with the right unwavering leadership coming from His Excellency the President. We are very thankful to the Honorable Bandula Gunawardena, Minister of Trade, Commerce, Consumer Affairs and Marketing, who tabled in Parliament on 18 March 2009 the bill for incorporation of the Institute of Certified Management Accountants of Sri Lanka. The bill was debated and approved by Parliament, and the Institute of Certified Management Accountants of Sri Lanka, Act number 23 of 2009, was given assent by the Honorable Speaker on 20th April 2009. We are very sorry that the Honorable Minister is not with us this afternoon, as he had to be overseas on an urgent official matter. A new era has dawned for the management accounting profession in Sri Lanka with the incorporation of ICMA by an Act of Parliament. All this time, we were dependent on foreign management accounting qualifications with no due recognition by the government for this profession. Although the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka was incorporated as a Sri Lankan body in the year 1959, and this year celebrates its golden jubilee, no professional management accounting body existed in Sri Lanka, although in our neighboring countries, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, they were incorporated after obtaining independence from the British. The vision and foresight of the government and the Honorable Minister to give pride of place to a local professional management accounting body has prevented a benefit hitherto provided only to a privileged section who enjoy the benefit of a foreign qualification to become a management accountant. Now the ICMA is a truly national professional qualification which is affordable and will not be restricted only to those who are in Colombo, but will be spread to all parts of the country and will cater to all sectors of society in the north, south, east, and west, and give a big boost to the professional education of this country and the youth. We have started ICMA Sri Lanka based on having achieved success in building accounting bodies in Sri Lanka, and a good example was the setting up of the AAT Sri Lanka when I was the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. This body was started without any capital in a small room with the limited support and personal funding from friends and business organizations and colleagues, and was built to be one of the most successful accounting bodies in Sri Lanka. Today it has its own land, own multi-story office complex, and has the largest number of students of approximately 30,000 spread throughout the country and have overtaken the parent body, the Chartered Institute. These are achievements even which any state institutions where large sums of government funding are spent have never achieved. I must tell you my experience in trying to get the AAT incorporated by an act of parliament on 2 occasions, and on both the occasions when the bills were presented to parliament, the parliament was dissolved. I had a great fear that this same fate might befall the ICMA bill, and the sheer determination of the Honorable Minister, who saw the great benefit to Sri Lanka, enabled the bill to be tabled in Parliament and to be passed unanimously. I think we were very, very fortunate that the same fate that befell the AAT did not happen to the ICMA, and the Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable